we cut anything. Some of us could be future Einsteins for all we know. But if they cut the gifted program, these people will stay in regular classes, and they will grow up hating, and they may grow up hating school, and those minds will stay unused. Even if we win out in the end, they still have cut lots of spots in the classes anyways. So go cut the gifted program. Don't worry about all the helpless little kids you're putting in regular classes and spoiling their brains. Just go and cut all the special programs and make the future a bad one. After all, it's not our fault we're smart.
Have you ever had a dream where you're stuck in a small cage? That's what it's like for the animals in Marineland. Okay, so maybe the cages aren't exactly small. For a human, you're not a 16-foot beluga whale who could have been in the vast waters of the St. Lawrence, but is now stuck in a cage approximately the size of a classroom, so you can't swim your usual 100 miles. Not only that, but you and the orcas and seals are forced to do humiliating stuff like kiss the icky staff and dirty children. If the animals were as mad as they should be, we'd have faceless people running around creating havoc. How's this for a theme song? Everyone loves the man-eating killer whales. And another thing, on their website it says Arctic belugas. Last time I checked, Niagara Falls wasn't exactly in the Arctic. Also, some of the animals must be so lonely. I mean, some of them have a cage all to themselves, whereas they could have been in the wild with their friends and family. But no, let's just put them in a cage for enjoyment. Who cares if they go crazy with psychosis? Who cares if their fins hang over like healthy whales in the wild? Well, some people might like Marineland, but for the animals, it's no whale of a time.
Why do people cut down trees when you can use grass instead? That's right, bamboo is the perfect substitute. And yes, I said grass. Did you know bamboo is the largest member of the grass family and takes about 1 year to be mature enough to cut down, while other trees take about 20? Since bamboo is grass, you don't have to plant trees for it to grow. And once you cut it down, it'll just pop up again like a weed.
The problem is that trees are being cut down instead of bamboo, when you could use bamboo. Less oxygen is being created, animals' homes are being destroyed, and so many more problems that it's really not funny. Trees help bind the soil, so there won't be as many landslides, and will help stop erosions. Trees shade houses in the winter, in the summer, lowering the need for air conditioning. Trees disguise the noise of the busy road almost as well as a stone wall. Trees are one of Mother Nature's best creations.
Can you imagine eating a tree? I can't. The bark would taste horrible. But you can eat bamboo shoots. People say they taste best when served as a side dish with a pinch of butter, pepper, or soy sauce. If you add bamboo to a salad or a stir fry or maybe even soup, it tastes great. Sometimes people even marinate the bamboo, and people say it's really nutritious. Did you know that 1 cup of half-inch long slices is only 14 calories and 1 gram of fat? Most wood is toxic and it is made of something that isn't digestible.
You could almost call bamboo a modernized tree, but that would be overdoing it just a little bit. Overall, bamboo has so many different uses that trees and many other plants don't have. We have to wake up and realize all of the resources Mother Nature has blessed us with and use them with care. Otherwise, the unspeakable might just happen. Always remember, bamboo is the best way to go.
Skydiving, a thrill sport done for the excitement of almost dying and then pulling some plastic thing out of your backpack and floating down to the earth. What's the deal with that? In my opinion, that's just dumb. Putting your life in the hands of 4 strings and a nylon chute. When you pull the string, it pops out. And what's the big deal about throwing yourself out of a plane and landing in a field like 5 miles away? But what I don't understand is how they can land in the field every single time without missing. What's stopping the wind from just blowing them away 20 miles? Do they have some sort of calling thing so that they can tell them where they are? Like, every year, 30 people die of skydiving. 1 for every 100,000 jumps. That's 3 million people jumping a year. Imagine that. 3 million people jumping out of a plane. I hope they have training before they jump, because if they screw up, then they're dead. I guess some people just find that exciting. My advice is, if you ever go skydiving, update your will first.
Probably the biggest inconvenience today for a Canadian is to hear that, sorry, we don't take debit here. And now, at some stores, Tim Hortons doesn't accept debit either. The other day, my dad, my brother, and I were in a long Tim Hortons drive-thru for what, like 10 minutes, just to find out that they don't take debit? Honestly, what if some guy is in a rush, he needs a coffee, finds out he can't get one just because Tim Hortons doesn't support debit? Now everyone hates him because he's too cranky to ever want to listen to them. We all know what it's like to talk to our parents when they're missing their coffee. They're too grouchy to listen and nothing gets to their head. It's kind of like someone telling Stephen Harper that he won't get a majority. He won't listen. Think about it. Probably the largest chain and probably the longest restaurant chain in Canada sometimes doesn't take debit. Instead, we need to pay extra money to get a Tim card. Seriously, Don Schroeder, CEO and president of Tim Hortons, you're not making anything better by canceling the debit card.
Boredom, boredom, boredom. I'm glad that people don't die of boredom, because if it was true, then I'd be dead at least 1,000 times over. I find that some of the most boring things are political speeches, and several other things have come extremely close. Like, for example, school, Chinese school. I mean, in Chinese school, you sit down there for 2 hours. Well, still. And political speeches, they just blare on and on about politics and, like, tax stuff. It's good for the parents, but not good for the kids. They could at least try to make it kid-friendly. Like, kids have to watch TV with their parents and family sometimes, like CTV, CNN, stuff like that. Last year, my class went on a trip to Parliament, the year after last year, and we listened to a political debate. It was one of the most boring things ever I heard. I tried to fall asleep, but the microphone next to me kept blaring what the politicians were saying, except in French. I later learned that you could change the language and the volume. Why couldn't they have told us that earlier? I mean, seriously. I'm starting to feel like I'm probably going to lose my 1001 life, dying from boredom, 1002, 1003. I'm getting bored. See you all, and remember, don't get bored.
Balanced School Day Rant by Clement Leon. We all know how the school day is laid out, right? I know it's gone through a lot of changes, but the changes made for the balanced school day were the most ridiculous. More learning time, less playtime, and shorter lunch break. Hello? How are you supposed to get enough energy if you don't have enough time to eat? How do you focus if you don't have enough energy? If you don't have enough break, you get mentally tired and information overload. Do you think you'll be very interested in learning whatever is being taught then? And if you're bored to death, will you not get enough for daydreaming and fooling around? I'm not against more learning time, but if the students actually learn less because they're getting bored or mentally overloaded, then it defeats the purpose of trying to get more out of a school day, right? Think about it.